Welcome back to the channel, guys, and in today's video we are going to feature another spicy pick in the Ultra League Premier, and that's going to be Staraptor. So I did one set with it and it went 3 and 2, so pretty happy with that. And yeah, it's I really felt like I wanted to feature this Pokemon because it's been a while since I featured this one. And apart from that, I have another team with you. I just replaced Staraptor with Drifblim, which I think is a more balanced out team. So I played one set with it and another one, and that one went 4 and 1. So if you're checking out this video, you're in for a treat because there are two sets, and both of them are like really good battles. So before we start with the battles and the team composition, if you're new to the channel and if you like our content, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. And if you want to join the Battlestar Discord server, the link to that is in the description down below. So moving on to the team composition, the team which we are using today with Staraptor is Shadow Machamp, Empoleon, and of course Staraptor. So don't even consider the PV book rating. It's rated pretty badly because I wanted to use Shadow Machamp. I wanted to see how the matchup goes, and Staraptor is probably one of the squishiest Pokemon of the Ultra League. So yeah, nothing much to say about the team composition, but Staraptor with access to Brave Bird and close combat, shields down, I think it's a pretty deadly mon. And yeah, I think we are nothing much to say about. But moving on to the next team which we are using, that's would be Shadow Machamp, Empoleon, and Drifblim. So I think this is a more balanced team than the previous one. Of course, the team lacks in bulk probably because we are using Shadow Machamp, and yeah, Empoleon is not that bulky as well, but coverage is rated as C, whereas safety is rated as B. So pretty neutral ratings. I guess nothing fancy there. But if you see a Charmer lead, then I think it would be good to let the Machamp go, because Machamp at least will be able to pressure some shields, at least of Togekiss, with the Rock Slide. So yeah, that's one perk of using Shadow Machamp in the lead. And then if you see something like Galid or a Confusion user, then you can simply swap to the Drifblim safe swap. And Drifblim as a safe swap, I think, is pretty decent in the Ultra League Premier. Plus, my Drifblim is although it's a XL version of Drifblim, but it's not powered up all the way. It's still 2260 CP. It's around that CP because I could have built a level 41 or the one which could have gotten to 20 close to 2500, but I got a rank 8 Drifloon, and yeah, it took me a lot of resources to get it here. But still, I think once I power it up, I think it will be coming in very handy. But still, I think Drifblim is a really good Pokemon, and even with this CP, I think it's doing a lot of damage. So first we will start with the Staraptor battles, and followed by the after 5 games there are 5 games for the Drifblim battle. So stay tuned and enjoy the battles. So picking up a very positive lead in the form of this Obstagoon, probably one of the best lead that we could have got, and in comes Charizard. So we do have an answer to this Charizard in the form of this Empoleon, and the waterfalls are just chunking away. So I shielded that just in case it's a blast one. So if it was a blast one, then Charizard could have potentially farmed this down. But now since we shielded the blast one correctly, we are able to farm down the Charizard, and now this Obstagoon will have to eat at least 2 Hydro Cannons. So yeah, looking really good for us, unless they have some. I guess this should be it, but they have their shields intact. So we will have to see or watch out for what Pokemon do they have in the back. So letting go of Empoleon, I think it has done its job. They go for a Night Slash though, which allows them some extra farm, but I think Machamp can just come in and delete that Obstagoon. So in comes Galade, and this is still not over because Confusions are just chunking away and I cannot throw any charge move at this Galade because that would only debuff my defense. They go for a Leaf Blade bait, which is probably the good idea, but even Staraptor is so squishy that you even need to shield that. So they go for another Leaf Blade. Probably they don't want to debuff their defense. But now the Shadow Galade will just get Galade will just get counted on by the Shadow Machamp, and Obstagoon is just out of energy. So opponent loses with the 2 shields intact. So yeah, GG's. Moving on to the next one, picking up the worst possible lead in this matchup. So at this point, I'm just letting go of the Machamp. So we will be able to throw this Rock Slide, and this will either KO or grab the shield of the Togekiss. Togekiss is not the bulkiest of the Charmers, but I would recommend that if you get any other Charmer, then use the safe swap option. So in comes this surfaced. So wing attacks are doing a lot of damage though, but leaf blade, night slash, I guess we would need to shield that, because I don't really want Empoleon to see that surfaced. So going for a close combat, this knocks out the surfaced. Probably I should have farmed down and used a shield, because that way I would have been able to get to a Brave Bird and yeah, Togekiss either would have taken a lot of damage, or yeah, definitely should have farmed down that surfaced. But they go for an aerial ace, and at this point the game is pretty much wrapped up, even though they have something like yeah, I don't know even why I'm playing this one, because the game is pretty much wrapped up. Probably I was playing because I was looking to farm down the Togekiss, but they had a Dragonite in the back. So if they have had something like a Charizard, so with getting to two Hydro Cannons, I think we would have been able to take that match. But yeah, GG's. Moving on to the next one, picking up a positive lead yet again. So they swap into Venusaur, and now I come in with Staraptor. So yeah, with the defense debuff, I think it's really difficult to run Staraptor, because every time you throw a charge move, you are going to lower your defense. So they're going for Sludge Bomb, but I think at this point Staraptor is so squishy, I think Frenzy Plant will also do a lot of damage. So going for a close combat just to start pressuring the shields, because Vine Whips are not doing that much damage. And at this point, if I want to keep the switch advantage, which I really want to do, I am shielding everything. So the Venusaur was very close to another Frenzy Plant, so I throw this charge move just to see what the opponent would like to do. And they would like to double shield their Venusaur. And at this point, the defense the Sludge Bomb will take us out, even though, yeah, even Frenzy Plant would have been able to knock us out. So now I come in with Empoleon and farm down with the waterfalls, and in comes Snorlax. So Snorlax will really need to land a superpower, but even a superpower will not KO. So I farm some extra energy and come in with Machamp, and they have a Charizard in the back, which is really good because Machamp can one-shot Charizard with a Rock Slide. Even Tan Growth can do that. So yeah, this Snorlax will just be a sitting duck in front of the Machamp, because Body Slam will not be able to knock us out, and we are almost at another cross chop, or not almost, but we are able to get to a cross chop, and this cross chop will I think will bring Snorlax very close to a KO. I think one counter or Snorlax will go down immediately. So yeah, GG's. Moving on to the next one, let's see what do we get in this matchup. And we are in a Lapras match, so picking up a positive lead yet again. And in comes Charizard, so I swap into Empoleon. And within Charizard Empoleon matchup, if the opponent charge all the way up to Blast Burn, I definitely want to shield. So I shielded the Blast Burn correctly. This will allow me to completely farm down the Charizard. But since there is a Lapras in the Lapras, or they come in with Venusaur, surprisingly, I thought that they would come in with Lapras, because Lapras will not be taking a lot of damage with those with the charge moves coming in from Empoleon, and since they have already know that I have a Shadow Machamp, I think definitely they could have come in with Lapras and saved themselves a shield. So yeah, probably questionable play from the opponent, because now I can come in with Staraptor and look to completely farm down this Venusaur. We can tank one Sludge Bomb, so I'm not looking to investing a shield. So they go for a Sludge Bomb, which does massive amount of damage, and now they swap into their Lapras. So Lapras, we can just throw this close combat. This close combat does massive amount of damage. It did not bring it to close to KO, because it's not stab. So going for a cross chop, this definitely will get shielded, and since the Venusaur threw the Sludge Bomb, I think they will not be able to get to another charge move. And even if they did, I think Staraptor can just wing attack down that Venusaur, and yeah, the opponent quit realizing they cannot win. So yeah, GG's. Moving on to the next match, picking up another positive lead. So let's see what this opponent decides to do. They decide to come in with Khaled, and I just made a mistake there of coming in with Staraptor, because I thought that based on the first game I would be able to win this matchup. But yeah, I think their Khaled must have some attack breakpoint or something like that, because now I am forced to throw the charge move. and I wasted a lot of energy there, and the Khaled is almost at another charge move. So yeah, not really looking good for our team here. So shielding this charge move, probably it will be a close combat, but it was just a leave it, so probably could have saved a shield there. And now now the game is very, yeah, the game is pretty much wrapped up, because we are out of shields and their Shadow Machamp will just knock us out, knock our Machamp out with this cross chop. And I think we will get farmed down with the opponent's Machamp. And yeah, it's basically wrapped up. If we had somehow taken out the opponent's Machamp, then probably we could have had a chance. But yeah, that swapping into Staraptor was very wrong idea. Should have come in with Empoleon. But yeah, it is what it is. Moving on to the next match. So this is actually the Drifblim team, and I picked up a very positive lead, and I swapped into Drifblim. So since this Drifblim is not powered up all the way, it's only 2260 CP. It's taking a lot more damage than a normal Drifblim would do. So definitely I would want to shield one Hydro Cannon, since they got a good jump start on the energy. So going for a Shadow Ball, this do not get shielded, which is really good for us, because now I think we can survive this Hydro Cannon and we can retain the switch advantage. So they go for a Hydro Cannon and I go for an Icy Wind. But now what they can probably do is they can come in with Shadow Manezone and just farm down this Drifblim, and they still have two shields intact. So I swap, and they swap to Talonflame. So yeah, this is not really looking good for us, because I definitely would want to invest one shield if I want to avoid the matchup of Talonflame with Machamp. So throwing this Hydro Cannon, I guess in an hindsight, I could have farmed some extra energy, because now this Shadow Manezone can literally farm us down, and basically they can store two wild charges before my Machamp comes in. And since the switch timer is still not up, there is no way I'm getting past this one, because they can burn one shield with a wild charge and they can knock us out with the another. And they had so much energy, they definitely would have two wild charges stored up. So yeah, and surprisingly Machamp survived, so probably one counter could have done that much amount of damage. But yeah, that was very well played from the opponent. So yeah, GG's. Moving on to the next one, we are in a Dragonite lead. So it's something weird happened, that I'm trapping on rapidly on the charge move and opting to swap out. Now you would just see me give up after some time, and as soon as I quit, the game started working. But fortunately I did not press the yes button. As soon as I saw that, I just come in with I just changed my mind. So seeing the health on Machamp in the sidebar, I can see that the opponent, I think both of us lagged and none of us got the charge moves in between. So this is really good, but the lag was still very frustrating. So they came in with the Typhlosion, which do not shield the Shadow Ball, and now I think we will be able to or not. At this point, the Drifblim has done its job. So now I can simply come in with Empoleon and look to waterfall down. They still might have a blast burn ready, because they farmed some extra energy. So waiting out the switch timer, and fortunately we are able to get to two waterfalls, because they were stuck in the incinerate animation. So this is really good for us. So in comes this Venusaur, and the Dragonite was still in. We can still knock out the Dragonite with the Rock Slide. So we burn the shield, which is really good because we will not be. We can survive one Frenzy Plant, and after getting rid of the Venusaur's energy, I swap out to Machamp, and I think the opponent made a mistake there of swapping in right away. Probably they should have looked to burn our shield before swapping out, because certainly the Venusaur was not in KO range. So now I farm some extra energy and then go for Rock Slide, because otherwise the Venusaur would have been able to beat us to the next charge move. So yeah, I think we will be able to get to this Rock Slide before Venusaur does, and this Rock Slide will almost knock out the Venusaur, and I think Venusaur will need to throw, else it will go down, and they realize, but Machamp just is too strong. So yeah, GG's. Moving on to the next one, and picking up a decent lead, unless it's a Charm, Alolan, Ninetales. So it's just It's just powder snow variant, so this is good. And I was really expecting a weather ball there, but they end up going for Psyshock, which does not KO, and looks like their Alolan Ninetales is not powered up all the way. It's yeah, the CP, I guess it's around 2300. So they shielded the Rock Slide, which is fine with me because now I can come in with Empoleon and look to farm down. There is nothing this Alolan Ninetales can throw that will do even neutral damage. Everything this throws will be resisted. So Weather Ball, Dazzling Gleam, Psyshock, everything will be resisted because of water and steel typing. So yeah, at this point I'm committed to completely farm down on this Alolan Ninetales, and we are almost at 2 Hydro Cannons, and in comes their Shadow Machamp. So we can literally burn both the shields or take a lot of health of the Shadow Machamp by going for Drill Peck. So probably Hydro Cannon is better on Shadow Machamp because Hydro Cannon gets tapped, but yeah, I went for Drill Peck, which does massive amount of damage, and we still have 2 shields and opponent has none, so this is looking really good unless they have something like an Umbreon in the back. So they come in with Talonflame, and we are looking really strong here because Talonflame will be taking I think shields down Talonflame is really very squishy. So since yeah, they cannot shield obviously, but need to beware of a possible Brave Bird, but I did not shield it that because even if it was a Brave Bird, I think Empoleon had enough health to knock that out with couple of waterfalls. So that's why I did not shield. Fortunately, they went for a Flame Charge, and because of that we will be able to farm down the Talonflame, and Machamp will get knocked out with this Ice Event. Probably could have farmed down, but still just to make sure of the kill, I went for the charge move. So yeah, GG's. Moving on to the next one, let's see, and we are in a Porygon-Z matchup, so finally picking up some good lead, and they come in with Machamp of their own, and I swap to Drifblim because Drifblim, even though it's not powered up all the way, it can survive one Rock Slide, especially coming in from a regular Machamp. So since I was going for Shadow Ball, I shielded that because this gives the opponent indication that it's going to be an Ice Event, but the opponent shield the charge move, so this is really smart play from the opponent side. And you will see here that we are able to survive this Rock Slide pretty comfortably. And now I think I go for an Ice Event just to debuff their attack, just in case they opt to go for another Rock Slide. So even though that Rock Slide would have KO'd, but a debuff on the attack really helped because the counters are not doing that much damage now. So in comes their Porygon-Z, and they lose the switch advantage here. So this is really good because now I can come in with Shadow Machamp and look to farm down. I did not really opt to farm down because Porygon-Z will get to try attack pretty quickly, and it has a potential of debuffing the attack and defense. So in comes their in comes their Machamp, and they go for a Rock Slide which is resisted. So I'm not really sure why did they do that. Maybe they are running Rock Slide and payback, or not, they go for a cross chop. So definitely they could have gone for the cross chop the first time. So in comes Swampert. So the game is still not over because Swampert can hurt Empoleon a lot with an Earthquake. Possibly it's a one-hit KO. So I really come in with let's see what I come back in with. I come back in with Empoleon, and I tried to catch on an Earthquake there, but that unfortunately failed. So if it's an Earthquake, this is really good, but Hydro Cannon will be able to knock us out at that range. I think Earthquake would have also been able to knock us out, but I was just praying that it's not an Earthquake and it's just a Hydro Cannon. So not really sure what they. Yeah, definitely they should have pushed for a Hydro Cannon, but yeah, it is what it is, and we are able to take the game. So yeah, GG's. Moving on to the next one, I think this is the last game of the video, and we are in a Swampert lead. So this is a positive lead for Shadow Machamp because Shadow Machamp will do a lot of damage with this counters, and the cross chop damage will eventually add up. Probably I can let go of one Hydro Cannon because we can survive that, and since their fast moves are not doing any more damage, they need to go for another Hydro Cannon, else we will be able to get to cross chop to knock out the Swampert. So the Swampert shields, which is really good, I need to burn the opponent shields as quickly as possible, and since they shielded that, I was very confident that I will be able to get to another cross chop. So this will either grab the last shield of the Swampert or will be able to knock that out. They shield, and really they cannot farm. They cannot afford to farm us down. It would have gotten pretty close, so they opt to throw, which is really good because now I can come in with Empoleon and look to completely farm down the Swampert. So I was really counting the fast moves there, and there is no way that this was going to be an earthquake, so I did not shield it that, and it ends up being an Hydro Cannon, and now they swap into Roserade. So I go for this drill peck. This will do massive amount of damage onto this Roserade. Still, I think it took on the charge move pretty comfortably, and I went for an Icy Wind straight away just to avoid the damage coming in from the Wither Ball. But but it was a CMP die, which obviously Roserade would won. And I did not charge the Icy Wind because I wanted to farm some extra energy, but this allowed them to get to another Wither Ball, and since I have decent amount of energy onto my Empoleon, I did not shield it this either. And now this Roserade is in simple farm down range. So let's see what do they have in the back. They come in with Talonflame, and I think they tried to catch a Shadow Ball there, but yeah, that did not happen, and that was basically it for my opponent. So yeah, GG's. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed watching both the teams, and if you did, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Until next time, peace.